Hey, y'all, it's your travel bestie, Kat, and I'm so excited to start this podcast off welcoming Arlene Stearns. She's the owner and founder of Image Up System, and we're going to talk about your image and travel and just all the fun things involved in that and how travel can shape your image and how your image can shape your travel. So, follow along, and share this podcast with your friends and give us a good review. Here we go.
What inspired you to help women elevate that image and confidence?
What inspired me? Okay, I had a makeover done on me a long time ago when it was a really rough time in my life. And my mother gave me this greatest gift, unbeknownst to her, a makeover at Saks Fifth Avenue. She
Ooh.
hated to see me feeling so distraught and just so devastated because I was going through a divorce and I'd be a single parent for the first time. I would be the first one in the family to get divorced, and she hated seeing me so devastated. So she gave me this wonderful gift of that makeover at Saks Fifth Avenue. Now, I was driving from the little town that I lived in, Thompson, Georgia, to Atlanta, and I was thinking about, well, what do I want this stylist to do for me? I had worn my hair the same way. For a long time, it was just straight and stringy. And, and I worked, maybe pushed back minimal makeup, if any makeup at all. And I sat down in her chair and I was a little nervous, to say the least. And she started, I said, well, you're the one with the talent and you're the one that would know how to style my hair. So it would be more becoming for me. And so she started cutting, and I just felt this knot in my stomach going like, And then she was doing my makeup, and it was definitely more than just mascara and lipstick. But by the time she finished and I looked in the mirror, I was just amazed at my reflection because gone was that schoolgirl look, that student look, and there sat a young professional woman really ready to take on my career as an educator. But, my problems were still going to be there. But I had this new confidence inside of me that I knew everything was going to be okay. And I want to create that feeling for other women. And as a single parent and educator, I always had kind of a side thing that I did. So for over 10 years, I wardrobed women with this clothing line that is no longer in existence. But anyway, it was all about the mix and match concept and creating multiple looks with just a few pieces. And I was so gifted at doing that. I won 4 national awards. And but I saw it during that time, women look at their reflection and go, wow, maybe they felt beautiful for the first time in a long time. And I helped generate their success with an easy style for them. And then
That's
my
so
mom was a
cool.
model in New York City, so she always instilled in me the value you place on yourself is the value others will place on you. So the worth that you place on yourself definitely affects your net worth in the
Definitely.
marketplace.
And you grew up around fashion and elegance. So it makes sense that you realized, appearance truly affects the way opportunities react to you or that
Yes.
present themselves to you.
Yes.
What are women unintentionally communicating with their wardrobe choices, good or bad?
Okay. When they step in with the outfit that they truly love, that feels so good on them, with the color that really empowers them, they show that they are ready for almost anything, that they can take on any challenge and, have a really great positive effect. When they just settle for that same old thing that they put on, they're almost defeated before they even start their day because they don't feel good about themselves. And that sends a message to the world like, oh, you can just overlook me. I'll just be that workhorse that just keeps on plugging along, but never really gets appreciated and compensated for the work that I do.
You say look like a leader to be paid like a leader. What does that really mean?
Well, it all starts with how you present yourself. So the way you present yourself teaches people how to treat you and also shows your value, that you really value yourself, and that translates into a leadership role and being valued by others. So when you look like a leader, yes, you're likely guaranteed to be paid like a leader.
Awesome. Well, I love travel, so I'm curious, what's one item every woman should always pack for a business travel trip?
One item, let's see, just one item, that's hard. Um, the minute you put on a jacket, you've elevated your presence immediately. It does not need to be a black jacket. It does not need to be a super blazer, but a jacket to complement your outfit. And I recommend not black, because black is usually too severe for most women and it's too authoritative. So a neutral color, I like to think of navy as the new black.
Okay. Now, on the travel day when we're in the airport for airport fashion, should we be comfy, classy, or is a little chaos okay?
I still believe in looking put together. So leaving out the chaos, you don't want to start your trip in chaos. Like that's not a good way to start your trip. So personally, I like the Zenergy fabric that they have. That's kind of like a nylon parachute fabric. It stays nice and neat. There's a jacket that goes with it, and I just put on a top. And
Oh, that
so
sounds
I
good.
feel comfortable. It's actually more comfortable than jeans. And it sort of repels anything like if you spill a little bit, you can just wipe it off.
Now, we're both world travelers. I'm an overpacker. I don't know about you, but how do you pack stylishly without being that overpacker? I'm trying to recover from that.
Okay, I learned the hard way for my first trip to Europe. I packed a huge piece of luggage that I could barely maneuver. This was before you could just push your luggage, and it just cooperate with you. And I was in the airport in Rome, and it was really hard to battle the lines. Plus, in the traveling, I couldn't lift my suitcase onto the trains. It was way too heavy for me. So I've learned to really slim it down, and I'll pack like 4 pairs of pants. I'll pack everything that mix and matches, and I believe in just 2 pairs of shoes. The ones that are your walking shoes that are going to be able to maneuver all the cobblestone streets and in comfort, and then just one shoe that's a little bit more stylish, but still could just be a wedge because you're still going to be on cobblestone and narrow streets.
And you could twist your ankle or fall, so you got to be careful in those.
Right. And if I'm going to the beach, I'll put in a pair of like water shoes, flip flop kind of things. But that's it. And I'm going to wear the heaviest shoe. I know, especially, and if I'm traveling in winter, I'm going to wear the heaviest clothes on me so that they're taking up less room in my suitcase.
Now, if you could style any celebrity for a vacation, who would it be? Your dream celebrity to
Oh my
style?
gosh.
I know.
Hmm.
Sophia Loren, she's going to Rome. I don't know.
I don't know. I've always liked Jennifer Aniston's kind of, style. She's sleek. She's nice and clean and classic.
Yeah.
And I think she would be fun to style for a trip or a major event.
Now, you talked about heels. Do you wear them on vacation? Is it a yes or an absolutely not?
It depends on where I'm going. So I might take a low heel if I'm going to some kind of gala event, but typically I leave the heels at home.
What's more intimidating, public speaking or swimsuit shopping?
Ooh,
Right? I know. That's a tough one.
that is a hard one. I would still say public speaking, and it depends on the size of your audience and how well you feel like that audience is a perfect audience for you. Because, in the beginning, I really had a hard time and went to Toastmasters initially and made sure I got rid of the ums and those filler words.
Why do you think so many successful women still struggle with confidence in our appearance?
So many women just don't see themselves as beautiful, and they're
That's true.
so critical. It doesn't matter how beautiful they are. When I've wardrobed women, I would think this person looks like a model. She's got this gorgeous silhouette, and she will pick on like veins in her leg or something minute that anybody would just, not even see, that she would perseverate on that and give herself like this negative self-talk, like you
We
really don't look
definitely
so
know
good.
all our little negatives and we can pick them out. Do
Yes, we need to eliminate them.
you think
So
changing our outward image would help affect that mindset internally?
yes, because I've seen women start to really feel good about themselves just initially. Because one client of mine put on a cocktail dress. She hadn't put on a cocktail dress in a long time. And it was a great price point. And she said, but my husband never takes me anywhere. Maybe once a year I get to go to this nonprofit function. But when she put it on, you could just see her stand up straighter, kind of smile, that she really felt empowered and good about herself, probably for the first time in quite a while.
That's awesome. And that's a special gift for you to give someone. What advice would you give women who are reinventing themselves, whether it's a divorce, a career change, maybe they're empty nesters now and they're just reevaluating their relationship?
I would say, if you can afford to invest in yourself, that investment is always going to pay off. It's never going to go, unnoticed. To go ahead and get some professional advice, but knowing your body type is super important. Because once you know your body silhouette and what will fit and flatter your body silhouette, it makes the selection much easier. And I would say less is more. So look for the quality and the pieces that really make you feel awesome.
What's the funniest style mistake you've ever made personally?
Funniest style mistake, me.
I'll tell you, mine was in seventh grade. I wore this horrible red outfit and I was head to toe. It was just a nightmare.
I'm trying to think of something maybe I've done recently, but oh, I wore something two different times that were almost as impossible to get the zipper undone. And so it could have looked good on me, but I couldn't use the restroom. One time I had to wait till both times I had to wait till somebody came in and then unzip me before I could ever use the restroom. And one was a pants kind of outfit. What is that? That one piece sort of thing.
Yes. Oh, yeah. A romper
Yes,
situation.
I never wore that again because I said, "Oh my gosh, it wasn't a wonderful experience."
I always think about that commercial with the little kid where he's in the bathroom trying to undo his belt when I'm in a romper and I walk into a bathroom. I'm like, we have a situation.
Yeah, really. So, yes, those situations were never comfortable at all.
How do you think women can show authority without losing their warmth or personality? They can still be taken seriously, but they can still be genuine and kind.
I don't think they're exclusive. I think you just need to stand out from your competition, take up that space that is yours, exert, let people know that you are the expert in this area in the area that you really excel in. Smile. Also, network with the people around you, especially if you're on a corporate level and in a C-suite. Network with people outside of the business realm, outside of the office, because that also is powerful to let people know, yes, I'm just a, a regular person just like you.
What's your guilty pleasure outfit when nobody's watching?
Guilty pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mine is my pants that have the Grinch on them and they're like fuzzy. And I have a big sweatshirt that is like 10 times too big for me. And that's my outfit when I'm at home and no one's around.
Trying to think. I used to do kind of sexy things when I would go out when I was single.
Oh,
I
nice.
had a whole single life. So I had my sexy strutting clothes, for doing like the dance and scene or being out with my friends, cocktail partying kind of thing.
Well, you can still be sexy and married.
Yes, you can. Yes. And my husband, thank goodness, thinks I'm sexy and everything. So I'm really lucky there.
Yay. He's a keeper then.
Yes, he is.
Okay, I got some rapid fires. Are you a carry-on or a checked bag girly?
Excuse me, a carry-on or check.
Checked bag.
Okay, I try to be carry-on if
Mhm.
at all possible.
I desire that. It never happens. I usually have a personal item, a carry-on, and a checked bag.
Okay.
I'm just giving up. Do you have a favorite city for fashion?
New York City. I
Mm.
said it's a fashion icon capital of the world.
Is that because of your mom being a
I
model
think
and
so,
stuff?
yes.
Yeah,
And
that's
my
fun though.
grandmother had me on Fifth Avenue when I was a toddler, and she dressed
Oh,
me in the Fifth Avenue styles, which I loved when I was little, and then of course you grew out of that, kind of thing.
are you a sneakers or heels girly?
More of a heels.
Okay, I'm more of a sneakers girly. I guess I like Hey Dudes. What's one clothing item you'd ban forever? I'm
um,
thinking of back in the 80s and they've come back a little, those jelly shoes. Like, what in the what is anyone thinking about wanting those back? Like, those are horrible. Stop it. Stop wearing them right now.
what is it? Some of the jeggings and leggings that I don't
Mhm.
think are that they don't compliment most women, and then the great big baggy shirts that they wear over them, their actual silhouette is hidden.
Yeah, we could look like a giant marshmallow, right?
Exactly.
Is a confidence boost before a big meeting that you like to do for yourself to give yourself like a pep talk?
Walk a little bit and pray. I'm very big in my religion, and I just pray that, okay, God, okay, just give me the words, give me the knowledge, give me that confidence I already know I have, let it be displayed.
Do you have a dream vacation destination that's still on your bucket list? And do you have a bucket list?
I do have a bucket list. So, as far as travel goes, it's all 50 states, and I'm only missing about 4 of the states,
Oh,
which are the
okay.
Dakotas, Nebraska, and Iowa.
So you've
And
been
so,
to Hawaii and
anybody wants to
Alaska.
do those and knock those out with me, that's good. Let's
See,
do it.
we've got to do Iowa, so we might be interested in doing that with you. But we want to do Iowa before we do Alaska. I mean, not Alaska, sorry, Hawaii, because that's my husband's last date. So he's like, I'm not going to have Iowa be my last one. So we got
Okay.
to go to
Yes.
Iowa and then Hawaii.
And internationally, let me see where I've been. Okay. Um, I want to do more South America, so I'd like to do Argentina and Chile.
Oh yeah.
I've done Peru, and I've gotten to go to Machu Picchu, and that was outstanding. I loved it. So I'm looking to there, and I want to see Victoria Falls.
Oh, in Venezuela.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
it's in
Oh, Angel Falls is in Venezuela. That's where they did
yeah,
Up.
it's
Yeah.
in Brazil and
Brazil.
Argentina, but the very top of it, kind of in that little corner. So some
And
people go and get there through Brazil, and
uh
other people can go. I think you actually stay on the Brazilian side when you stay there.
if you like to hike, I would encourage you to add Guatemala onto your list. They have like 37 active volcanoes, and you can go to the top of them, and it's just really cool. I did that just a couple months ago, and it was amazing. So you might want to
All
put
right,
Central
that sounds
America on
neat.
your list. Have some fun there. What is one word people should feel when they walk into a room?
When they walk into a room,
Hmm.
think comfortable. because that sets the tone for everything. When they're comfortable, they're also confident. Because when people talk about comfortable, I want them to be comfortable in their own skin first. And then every item they put on, they should feel comfortable in wearing.
And I think that's everything that you do for people is you help them feel comfortable inside, I mean, what they're projecting outside, and then how they own a space. So I think that's amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah. If listeners could take away one message about confidence from this episode, what would you want it to be?
To really believe in yourself, to start loving yourself, because you cannot project confidence and capability and credibility unless you deeply love yourself, and that projects as confidence. So cut out all that negative stuff that is always chattering in the background. Replace it immediately with, yes, I am important. I have a lot to contribute to the world. I'm gifted in this, because we all have gifts and talents to share.
That's a good daily mantra. People should put that on their mirror in the bathroom in the morning as they're getting ready, just kind of recite to themselves.
Right. I am beautiful. I have so much to give to the world.
And I am confident and I am comfortable and I'm going to take on the day.
Yes. And it's going to be an awesome day.
I love that. I love that, being confident and comfortable, because so often we're not, just in our regular lives, let alone when we take a stage.
Correct. So I feel like the more things that you can get done ahead of time to generate that feeling, the better off you are. And you shouldn't have to think about your shoes or what you're wearing at all. A story was told to me like this corporate woman got up when she was doing, I guess, I don't know, it was a TEDx talk, but it was a major talk. And during her presentation, she took off her shoes and she lost all credibility, because no man is going to take off his shoes.
Well,
So she should have thought about it ahead of time.
and maybe worn more comfortable shoes.
Yeah, even if she wore flats, which I don't, I always say wear the shoe that's going to be comfortable for you, whether it be a wedge, because it does elevate you both literally and figuratively. But that would be okay. So my website is imageupsystem.com. That way everywhere. It's Image Up System, like on Facebook and Instagram, all the different things, LinkedIn. And then one of the neatest things that I learned on my last big trip to Europe, I kept it down to a medium-sized suitcase I could manage. That was another travel buddy. She took gallon bags, like baggies, and she put her outfit for the day in each bag. And she took pictures of her outfit. So she had it on her phone. And then she had like day 1, day 2. She had her 4 pair of pants and her like 2 pair of shoes. But then she put like her top, her earrings, necklace, scarf, whatever else she was however she was going to put together the outfit in a baggie, and just had them labeled.
Oh, that's
And then
smart, I
put down what
think.
pants she was going to wear it with. So
Yeah.
everything kind of mixed and matched, but she didn't have to think about what she was wearing at
She had a
all. It was
capsule
already
going.
done and it
Yeah.
just stacked up.
I like it. That's smart.
So I was doing that as well. I thought that is a great, packing tip.
I always feel bad for the crew when things don't go right because people give them such a hard time and it's like they are working so hard to make you happy. Like, just buy them a cookie. Don't be mean to them.
Yeah, don't be mean to them.
No, the person in front of you that you're taking all your frustration out on, they had no control over the situation either. And now they're getting, they're having a really bad day too.
Right.
And 37 people are yelling at them. Like,
correct. And so if you were to hang out with a celebrity, who would it be? If you could wardrobe or just hang out with a celebrity or travel with a celebrity, who would it be?
oh, if I'm traveling with a celebrity, I
It
like
was
Tom
hard to come up
Selleck.
with a celebrity that I thought I would like to,
My crush is Tom Selleck, and I think that me and my husband and him and his wife could all travel together, and I could be nice, and we could have a good time because we like all his silly movies, and
Yeah, I like him too.
yeah.
He's great. I've been to 6 of the continents. I've just not been to Antarctica.
Okay,
It's
you'll have
not
to
high
hit.
on my bucket list there's so
No,
many other places. So
well, after you get all the 50 states, you'll have to hit all the continents, and you'll have to hit
right. I mean, I've
Antarctica.
hit all the continents, even Africa, but there's in Europe I've done like 22 countries. So I've traveled pretty extensively in Europe, but still haven't hit all of them. So
Nice. Thank you so much for coming on here to talk about you and your business and travel with me. This was so much fun. I appreciate
it
you.
has been delightful. Thank you, Kat, so much.
Yes.